What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I want to talk about supporting fire. You see, with the Transformers trading card game lately, because we've been busy on the channel and a bunch of other reasons, we've been tending to look at battle cards in groups, group them together into similar cards and take a little bit of a look and see what they do. The fact that I am now bringing you this video on this one card, and I'm not putting any other cards in the video, shows you probably, I hope at least, quite the amount of respect I have for this card. It is arguably one of the dumbest cards we've seen so far. It's kind of ridiculous. Now, it also has no battle icon, which is another surefire sign of, oh, it's really good. And here's what it does. One of your characters gets +1 attack until end of turn. Nobody cares, that's not good. Oh wait, sorry, it still goes. It can attack untapped characters this turn as though they were tapped. Yeah, you see, that's kind of cheating. Because the rule in the Transformers trading card game is that you are allowed to attack any tapped character. Now, the exception to this is where there are no tapped enemies, in which case you get a free choice of whoever you want to attack. But the general rule is that you can attack anyone just so long as they are tapped. Well, supporting fire comes in here and goes, oh yeah, no, don't worry about it. I can attack you anyway. This is absolutely huge. Because one of the things we all do when we're playing this game is go, I need this character to be used in a minute. I am not going to attack with this character, because if I attack now, then my character is tapped and my opponent can attack, and that's a bad thing. So you save characters for later to give your opponent less opportunity to attack. If there's one of your characters that's really scared of one of your opponent's characters, you wait until that character is tapped and can't attack you before you tap to make yourself a potential target. And what this does is go, yeah, doesn't matter, mate. I can attack you even though you're untapped. And that's a little bit nuts. And here's the thing. This isn't the first time we've seen some mechanic that allows you to attack untapped characters. We saw it back in Wave 1 with Bumblebee Legendary Warrior. When you flip it into alt mode, you are welcome to attack untapped characters as though they were tapped. And we've seen it with Razor Claw. When you flip it into bot mode, this can attack untapped characters this turn as though they were tapped. So we've seen some characters that can do this, but that's not the point. Because you see, both of those characters that I just mentioned are exactly that. They are characters, which means that you've got to use them at the right time, get their skills rolling. You've got to actually make a deck based around them, which means that you've got to dedicate the number of stars, and let's face it, Bumblebee isn't exactly the cheapest character ever. And, I mean, to be fair, Razor Claw does come in at a 5 cost, but do you really need Razor Claw in your deck? Do you have 5 stars spare? I don't know. I mean, we did have Tackle a little while ago. Now, Tackle's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but Tackle lets you tap one of your untapped melee characters to then tap an untapped enemy character with the same number of stars or fewer, and you could potentially use that to tap the character that you wanted to attack, and then you could go for it. But again, that's not an easy thing to do. The difference here is you just get to drop a single card and you can attack whoever you like. There's no only if you tap one of your characters and only if you tap a melee character, and then you can only tap this character or your opponents and this one, but you're not allowed to tap this one. There's no I've got to build this deck around a 10-star character and get the right skill at the right time or any of that malarkey. It is just a card that lets you attack whoever you like, whenever you like. And this is going to turn games. This is absolutely going to swing games, because what you're going to be able to do is take out a character that your opponent was not ready for you to take out. Take something like RC, for instance. RC is one of my favourite techs in the game. RC is very much a glass cannon. In bot mode, she's got Pierce equal to her attack. So what you do is you build up the attack and you get one big swing. And you're a 9 health, 1 defense character. You're not expecting RC to stay on the field for very long at all. At all. But what you're expecting, and you do sometimes get lucky, but what you're really expecting is 1, maybe 2 big attacks with RC, where it's all pierce damage, all of her damage is pierce damage, and you can just get some sneaky attacks through. And that's why we play RC, and that's fine. That is a good reason to play RC. The problem is that if your opponent is sitting there rocking this, then you put RC down, you deliberately leave her untapped because you don't want her tapped, because you don't want her to be a target. You're waiting until you've got the right cards in hand for a big swing, and then your opponent just goes supporting fire, take out Archie. Wait, no, Archie's my son, don't take out Archie. RC, take out RC. Man, that's going to get confusing. I'm sure I'm going to do that a lot now. That's really annoying. Anyway, the point is they can take out RC before you're ready to have her taken out. And that is a problem. It lets entire matchups swing because you are saving a character for the right time and your opponent just goes and takes it out before you're ready. Yes, it's their one action for the turn. No, it doesn't have any battle icons. But also, right, this card would be nuts if it just let you attack untapped characters. I told you that the +1 attack wasn't particularly impressive, and incidentally, I meant it. +1 attack is not particularly impressive. It's not great. But when that +1 attack is being combined with, oh yeah, and I'm attacking a character that I shouldn't be allowed to attack. Oh. Yeah. Now, there is a big ruling question that we're going to need an answer to, though I feel pretty good about the answer, but we are going to need a ruling, we're going to need some kind of answer here. So let's take basically all of the Micromasters. Let's take Tailwind as an example. But pretty much all the Micromasters in alt mode have stealth while untapped. Now, for those that may have forgotten, stealth basically says you cannot attack a character if there are other valid targets. If the only valid target, i.e. the only tapped character, has stealth, or the only remaining character on the field has stealth, then you are allowed to attack at will. But other than that, you've got to wait until you have to. So what happens here? They've got stealth while untapped, but then we've got a card here that says you can attack a character as if they were untapped. Well, the answer is no, it won't work. You see, it doesn't tap the character. It lets you attack them as though they were tapped, but they're still untapped, so they still have stealth. Cool. I feel fairly confident this will not allow you to attack a Micromaster that is untapped, unless they're like the only valid target, in which case you wouldn't need supporting fire. Because even though you're attacking them or allowed to attack untapped characters, they're not tapped, so they still have stealth. Now compare that to something like Tackle, and these Micromasters tend to be very small characters. Tackle lets you tap an enemy with fewer stars or the same number as a melee character you tapped, so you would then be able to tap them, at which case they would no longer be untapped, so they would no longer have stealth, so you would be able to go after them, and that would be kind of lovely. Now, we have talked about the fact that this has no battle icons, and as a general rule, that's a bad thing. It is a bad thing. However, let's not forget that there are a couple of characters, 2 in fact, that actually really enjoy having no battle icons. So we have a look at Sergeant Barricade, for instance. That's the one that came around back in Wave 4. When this battles in bot mode and has no battle cards under him, after the battle, put one of your flipped battle cards that has no battle icons under this instead of in your scrap pile. And then when you flip into alt mode, you may play a battle card from under him. That's amazing! Because this guarantees that you will have this card when you want it, unless your opponent takes out Sergeant Barricade, and if you leave him untapped, they could do that using this, but let's hope they don't. If you flip it while attacking or defending, you get to whack it under him. Remember, if you've not got green icons, one of the risks of any battle card is you only ever see it when you're flipping when attacking or defending, and you never actually get a chance to put it into your hand. Not an issue with Barricade. And then you wait. Oh, this is the turn I really need it. And then you flip to alt mode and play the battle card. And then it's not your one action for the turn. Clearly, this is phenomenal with Barricade. It means that you get to essentially get it even if you flip it while battling. And it also means that you get to guarantee you can play it at the right time. That's a bit dumb. Now, the other one we really like here is Skywarp Teleporting Seeker. I believe that was a wave 3 card. And Skywarp, once per turn, when you play or flip a battle card that has no battle icons, you get +3 attack and +3 defense until end of turn. Oh, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, that's really good, ladies and gentlemen. Because you see, now you're in a phenomenal position because you are guaranteeing to get some benefit out of it. You're not necessarily playing the card and that's sad, etc. But what you are doing, it was a wave 2 card, I'm being dumb. But what you are doing here is making sure that it's not going to waste. If you flip it while battling, boo, etc. But at least you get the +3 attack, +3 defense. Now, the other thing is, of course, you do get this bonus if you play it, not just if you flip it while attacking or defending. But then we get to the alt mode skill. When you flip to this mode, return a card that has no battle icons from your scrap pile to your hand. Oh, yes. Just like Barricade, this has a skill that guarantees you have this at the right time. And that's what's crucial about a card like this. You need it. You really need it. You see, this is a card which is extremely situational. This is a card where you need it on some turns but not others, and you need a way to make sure you've got it at the perfect time. Well, this will get it at the perfect time. Either you've drawn into it and it's in your hand, or you haven't drawn into it, you flipped it while battling, in which case you flip yourself over to alt mode and then put it in your hand from your scrap pile and you're good. The only way you can miss with this card is if it's in your deck and you haven't flipped it while battling yet, or if you shuffled your scrap pile into your deck and you've not flipped it yet. Although, to be clear, Barricade can play it from under him, so it doesn't take your action for the turn, whereas Skywarp can't. But then again, Skywarp alt mode is literally my favourite piece of artwork we've seen in the Transformers TCG so far. I think that is just phenomenal. One day I will find the artist and get that signed because, oh my goodness, I love it. When I say this is a broken card, I don't mean, yo, that's broken, man. No. What I mean is, it literally breaks the rules of the game. It lets you circumvent the rule that stops you attacking characters you would otherwise want to attack. And that's amazing. That's my point here. It's ridiculous. But I want to know if you agree with me on how ridiculous it is, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk Transformers and a whole bunch of other games, and do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all that good stuff. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.